Good morning, everyone. It has been a minute, and I am back. I am back to give you updates every single week. I know I have been kind of gone. It's been a bit of a gong show with a bunch of travel that I have been doing, but I'm back here in Edmonton, in cold Edmonton. We are in the weather of the land of wind chill again, and I went for a walk, and it was so cold it like sits in your bones well after you finish. So let's talk about what's happening in Edmonton's real estate market and what is happening. So let's take a look at the listing. So currently we have just under 2,000. It keeps dropping week over week. And these are single family home listings in Edmonton. And if you are looking for a house, you're probably feeling this pinch because it is very hard to find something. You have even less choices than you normally do, and it's probably the lowest it's been in a very long time. In both the surrounding areas, St. Albert, Sherwood Park, and Spruce Grove, there's nothing too crazy to note except Sherwood Park went down from 73 to 57. So Sherwood Park is notoriously known as a very hard to get into neighborhood and less active listings. So definitely we're seeing that in the active listings week over week. Now, if we take a look at what went pending, so contracts, so buyer finds house, they agree to a price and a date and all the terms, they're pending. We saw that drop slightly in Edmonton, St. Albert, again, one difference, Sherwood Park, five different, and Spruce Grove, about seven different. So nothing too crazy in all of that with pending sales. This is the end of November. We are foreseeing, I think, with December, it's going to be probably consistent to this amount, if not even lower. I suspect the surrounding areas will stay around the same, but Edmonton will probably drop a little bit. And when do sales start to pick up? You might wonder if you're a seller, you're thinking, well, should we just wait? I highly recommend you wait at least until January. I think end of January, February is usually when I advise clients to go on. I think this coming spring is actually going to be quite busy. So you want to do some prep work now. I'm meeting some clients today to talk about what to do to sell their house next year. And we put your house on. There'll be more people out. Now, there's a bunch of speculation going on about, hey, what's going to happen when the interest rates drop even more? Now, if you've not seen that this last year and a half to 2 years has been a telling, um, what's the word I'm looking for? It is a tell that in the first year when we started to see rates go up and we hadn't seen that in a long time, it kind of stalled things for a little bit for that first like 8 months to 12 months. And then that second year when the rates kept going up, sales didn't stop. The sales started to pick up because people realized those rates aren't changing anytime soon. And as the rates continue to go up, so do the house prices. Like the house prices kind of went down a little bit, but they really didn't. They kind of just stayed stable. And honestly, they continued to go up because there was not as much homes. There was not as much inventory. So the demand, though it went down a little bit, there was still really little houses for sale. And then when the rates did go down, of course, there's more interest, of course, but there was already the interest from the people who had been sitting there waiting for the interest rates to drop to finally go, you know what, I'm just going to buy it right now. So the demand was already higher and now it's going higher. Like let's take a look at the solds for the last 7 days to show you the demand. You can see it jumped from 1 week to the next this last week in Edmonton. And no surprise because, like, if you're buying a house in this last 7 days, you're still potentially able to move into your home before Christmas. Potentially. Depends on if you have a very quick possession. Anybody looking for homes right now, if you're looking, you're likely going to be moving in the new year. Typically, we recommend you don't do any moving after December 20th. Let's see, December 25th is a Wednesday. The 24th is a Tuesday. The 23rd is a Monday, and you could potentially move in there, but really, that's really, really risky. So you want to do it on the Friday. A lot of things close down over Christmas, including land titles. And so there's a lot of delays with money, and banks are closed, lawyers' offices are closed, and those are all factors you need to close. In Edmonton, you need a lawyer, you need the bank open, and land titles is important as well too. So typically the possession is going to be after Christmas, and you don't want to do really right after Christmas because there's the potential you'd have to check all your I's and T's, because if the lawyer's away or the banks are not open and transferring money, all those things need to be taken into consideration when you're looking at moving over the Christmas break. Never mind, it is freezing. Now it's going to be freezing for a long time, probably till at least April. If we're lucky, March might be warmer, but no guarantees there. I'm going to sneeze. So if I sneeze randomly, that's because I have something that's going to happen. Excuse me. This is nothing like live recording, live streaming. So we're going to look at different areas of what things have sold for. Today I have the time to do one neighborhood. So if you are wanting to comment and learn about a neighborhood, please do that now while I am looking at a different neighborhood. So I'm going to show you a West End neighborhood called Granville. And in case you're wondering where that is, it's actually right by the Costco in Edmonton. And you can see right here is Granville. It's right beside Hamptons, and it's obviously not as big as Hamptons, much smaller. So if you take a look at the Hamptons, how large it is, there's like this older part of Hamptons, but we've also got this newer part of Hamptons just on this side here. So let's take a look at the sold in Granville. Oops. In the last, well, there's 7 for sale. And in the last 30 days, nothing sold. Let's see, last 2 months, 3 properties sold. Okay. So let's take a look at the solds. The average list price is $786 right now. Sold price $753 based on the 3 houses that sold. So in the 7 ranges. So if you're looking to move into Granville, that's typically what you spend. However, you can see there's a house here for sale for $565 on the market for 97 days. So likely it is still priced probably a bit higher. Just take a look inside. It's not a horrible house, but I don't know what's going on with that house. It is smaller. And if people are looking for a larger house, then it doesn't fit. But you can see that's what you're getting for $565 right now in Granville. What has sold in the area, let's see, take a look at 725. This one looks like a walkout basement. It's a bungalow duplex. So it's only half of the house. And yes, it is a walkout. And this is kind of ready for the empty nester. I love bungalows. I'm impartial to them. We live in one, but we do not live in a duplex bungalow. We live in a full separated one. They're really hard to find in new areas. New areas like this, you're going to find usually ones attached because that's just the land. They're trying to get most money out of their land. This one sold for $746. And this is a double car garage. Office on the main. Big piano. And then you've got a mudroom. Kitchen. Okay, so that's Granville right now. If we take a look at what sold from the same time period, so I'm going to go October 1st. Actually, what's 60 days? September, probably. September 1st, 2023 to November 26th, 2023. Oh, I wanted 2023. It only shows me 3. This is this year. That is not right. It's lovely how. There you go. So 5 houses, so a little bit more last year at this time, and the price was lower. It was at $573 as the average sold price last year at this time, and you can see we had 5 properties sell in this range instead of the 700,000. I don't have time today to go into all the details, but you can see this house is not bad for $573, but you're not getting that anymore. You're now getting a smaller house for the same price. These ones, if you didn't notice, the bathroom did not have granite. They were laminate countertops, but it's still a very nice layout. Basement's fully finished. So it was a great deal last year. Backing onto a walking path and in the cul-de-sac, it looks like. So this is a great price But that was last year at this time, in October. This was oh, sorry, that was not 560. This is 648. So if you take a look, that last one that's for sale that sold was in the 760s. So it definitely has changed. The real estate market isn't the same. So if you have been looking for a while, make sure you get an updated queue on like what has actually sold in the area that you want to live in. Even if you start looking this spring or summer, things have changed even in the last couple months. So you want to update yourself as to what's realistic and what you can purchase, as the prices have continued to change. So next week we'll take a look more at that. And you want to live in Strathern, and I want to know what things actually sold for. Okay, so I got like a minute. And because you're here, I'm going to quickly show you Strathern. And tip for you, if you are working with a realtor, they can pull these numbers up for you as well. Oops. And also specifically to your specifications of what you're looking at. So right now, in the last 60 days, the average price is 407. Only because I'm looking last 60 days. Does not mean that the whole neighborhood is average price of 407. This is the highest price. This one here at 436, 1.5 story. It's updated, but it's one of those old houses, but updated kitchen. 1,275 square feet. But these 1.5 stories are a little challenging layouts, and that's what a lot of these older houses you'll get. This is just land that sold for 450 or 425, sorry. And then this is another one that's land. So lots of land that's being sold. So sorry to cut it short today, but we will talk to you guys next week. I will be back next week, and we'll talk to you then.